They thought killing her father would end the story. But it was only the beginning. From hunted to the deadliest assassin, no one can control her. The story begins with a hitman named Thomas, who stands with a gun in his hand, having just arrived at his mission site. He examines all of his targets one by one. He determines exactly who is standing where and predicts where they might run if he fires a single shot. Thomas is an expert hitman. He has completed every mission he has ever taken, and he never leaves a target alive. Today is no different. Once he observes everything, he eliminates the first person. The remaining targets start running, panicked and confused, not knowing where to turn. Thomas hunts them down one by one. After he finishes, he moves forward to confirm that they are all dead. As he checks the area, he spots a man still hiding in the grass, alive. As soon as Thomas approaches, the man fires a shot, hitting Thomas in the leg. Thomas falls to the ground, but he quickly realizes the shooter is just a rookie with poor aim. Even while injured, Thomas has the chance to kill him. He draws his pistol, ignoring his sniper rifle, and kills the man with a single shot. Now wounded, Thomas leaves the scene and heads to a warehouse. He bandages his leg so he can walk again. After a few hours, when he feels strong enough, he returns home. There, we see his wife, Ruth. She is paralyzed and unable to walk at all. Thomas also has a daughter, Marina. Thomas loves his family deeply and wants to stay with them forever, but Ruth is always fighting with him. Thomas tries to tell Ruth, "Let's go for a walk on the beach. We can sit there and talk." But Ruth doesn't want to go out. So, Thomas leaves with Marina instead. They walk along the beach for a long time. Eventually, Thomas stops under a dry tree. He finds a bottle buried in the sand with a message inside. After reading the message, he understands that someone wants to hire him. He has a new job waiting. He takes Marina and goes home. As soon as they enter, Ruth starts shouting at him. Marina tries to calm her down, but she won't listen. Finally, Thomas tells Marina to go inside, leaving him alone to listen to Ruth's shouting. The next day, Marina is out walking in the jungle with her friend, Freya. After a while, they see a man named Pa. He seems very upset and confused about what he is doing there. When Freya asks him who he is and why he is in the woods, Pa runs away. Freya says, "Crazy people always end up in this jungle. We shouldn't pay too much attention to them." As they move forward, they see Thomas again. He is digging in the sand. Marina is confused because she saw him digging in the sand yesterday, too. They both watch carefully to see what Thomas is doing. Thomas finds a message in a bottle, reads it, and leaves the bottle behind. Once he is gone, the two girls go to the spot. They pull out the bottle and realize the message inside is written in a code. Freya takes a picture of the coded note, and they head back. The next day, Thomas takes Marina deep into the jungle. He sets up a series of targets and hands her a gun, telling her to take aim. At first, Marina misses every shot. Thomas steps in, adjusts her stance, and teaches her the proper technique. After a few tries, she finally hits the mark. Marina asks him, "Why are you teaching me this? Is it really necessary?" Thomas looks at her and replies, "Yes. Keep learning. This will help you stay safe, and one day, you'll thank me for it." Marina trusts him and agrees to keep practicing. When Marina arrives at school the next day, Freya reveals that she has finally decoded the message they found in the bottle. As they read it, Marina realizes it is a contract to kill someone. The shock is immediate. She can't believe it. "My father isn't a hitman," she insists. "This must be some kind of prank." She returns home only to find her parents in the middle of an explosive argument. The fighting isn't stopping. In fact, it only gets worse. Finally, Ruth shouts, "I've been thinking about this, and today I'm telling you the truth. We can't live together anymore. I'm divorcing you. Get out of here forever. I don't even want to see your face." Marina breaks down in tears, desperate to keep her family together, but Thomas doesn't argue. He simply accepts it. The next day, Thomas drops Marina off at school one last time. He tells her he won't be staying at the house anymore, but he promises that if she ever needs anything, he will be there. He tells her, "If there is one thing in this world that matters to me, it's you." Marina is too upset to speak and starts to cry as he drives away. Thomas heads straight to a horse farm. His new target is Morton Miller, one of the biggest mafia bosses in America, who is known for running massive criminal rackets. Miller has come to the farm to inspect his horses, and Thomas knows this is the perfect time to strike. Miller walks inside while his guards take their positions, with 2 guards posted at the main entrance. As Miller inspects a horse, he suddenly spots Thomas standing there with a gun. Thomas fires a single shot directly into Miller's head. When the guards hear the gunshot, they rush inside, but Thomas quickly eliminates both of them. He thinks he has cleared the room, but he soon realizes that dozens more guards are waiting outside. They begin firing blindly into the building. Thomas dodges their fire, returning shots whenever he finds an opening, but he is forced to keep moving. He is already wounded, and the number of guards continues to grow. Suddenly, a bullet tears into Thomas's stomach. He is severely injured, but he knows exactly how to trick his attackers. After a tense standoff, Thomas manages to trick his pursuers and reaches his car. As he tries to pull away, he notices a policeman standing nearby. Thomas forces himself to sit straight, hiding his pain so the officer won't suspect anything. The policeman approaches and asks, "Your license plate is missing. Where is your driver's license? I need to see your registration." Thinking fast, Thomas lies. "Some boys jumped me. They stole my plates and my wallet. I was chasing them, but I couldn't catch them." The policeman buys the story and lets him go. The second the officer leaves, Thomas collapses. He manages to start the car and drive, but his vision begins to blur. He can barely see the road, and with every passing mile, he feels his life slipping away. He doesn't know where to go, he just knows he is running out of time. The next day, Marina is waiting for her father, hoping for a reunion. She remembers all the places they used to hang out and wanders through the forest for hours, still praying that her parents won't go through with the divorce. She desperately wants her family to be whole again. After a while, she spots Thomas's car abandoned in the middle of the woods. Confused, she runs toward it and finds Thomas inside, lifeless. She opens the door and breaks down in tears, completely overwhelmed. She calls Freya, begging her to come immediately. When Freya arrives, they pull Thomas's body from the vehicle. Freya urges her, "We have to call the police. Your father was shot." But Marina refuses. "No. If the police get involved, they'll only cause more trouble, especially for my mother." Instead, they decide to bury him themselves. They dig a grave in the woods and lay him to rest. Marina returns home, sobbing uncontrollably. She cries on her bed for hours, but she still can't bring herself to tell her mother the truth. Finally, after she calms down, she walks up to Ruth and asks, "What does Dad do? Is he your enemy?" Ruth snaps, her anger boiling over. "Maybe you don't know the truth about him," she says bitterly. "He's a hitman. The whole world is his enemy because he has killed countless people, and every one of them wants revenge. Do you think I ended up paralyzed and stuck in this bed by accident? It's all your father's fault. He kept killing, and people kept coming to take revenge." Ruth explains that one night, thugs broke into their home and opened fire. Thomas wasn't hit, but the bullets struck her legs, leaving her handicapped for life. "I'm paying for your father's sins," Ruth adds. "That's why I hate him. If he weren't in my life, everything would have been so much better." Hearing this, Marina finally understands everything. Why her mother hated him, why they fought constantly, and the dark, violent business her father had been running all along. As time passes, Marina begins collecting her father's things. One day, a notification pings on Thomas's phone, a message instructing him to return to the beach for a new contract. Marina heads to the shore, digs up the bottle, and finds another coded message. Alongside the note, she finds a box packed with cash. She keeps the money and immediately calls Freya. Together, they head to the warehouse where Thomas spent so much of his time. When they open the doors, they are stunned. The place is an armory, filled with weapons Marina had never seen before. She hands Freya the coded note, desperate for answers. Freya gets to work, and after a tense wait, she cracks the code. The next target is a man named Oleg, Freya says, pointing to the address. Marina notes the details, and the next morning, she heads straight for the target. Oleg operates out of a massive office building. Because she is just a kid, the staff doesn't give her a second look, allowing her to breeze past reception and straight into the executive suite. As she enters the office, she pulls her gun. Just then, Oleg walks out of the washroom. He stops in his tracks, staring at the young girl standing there with a weapon. Before he can even process the threat, Marina pulls the trigger. The bullet hits Oleg square in the chest, and he drops. Marina slips out of the office with cool, calculated precision. No one suspects her. The entire staff is scrambling toward the office, wondering where the gunshot came from, while Marina disappears into the crowd. When she gets home, Ruth is waiting and immediately starts shouting, demanding to know why she's late and where she's been. Marina doesn't argue. She simply places the expensive medicines and a stack of cash on the table. She tells Ruth that the supplies were sent by her father. Ruth, still in the dark about the truth, sees the medicine she desperately needs and finally calms down. The next day, we see Pa in the woods. He still has no idea that Thomas is dead. He arrives at the beach, pulls the latest bottle from the sand, and heads off with the name and address of the next target. He follows the routine 3 times a week. As soon as Pa leaves, Marina arrives, retrieves the message, and collects the payment. She heads home and, using the skills Freya taught her, decodes the note herself. She has her next name and address. She changes into her gear and heads toward a local movie theater. She isn't there for the show, she's there to eliminate her target. As the movie theater lights dim, Marina slips into position. She attaches a silencer to her pistol, ensuring the work remains silent. She moves behind her target's seat and fires 2 precise shots, then slips out of the theater unnoticed. When she arrives at the warehouse that night, Freya is waiting. She's shocked to see Marina out alone so late. Marina finally drops the facade. I have to keep this house running. Since my father's death, I've been doing his work. If I don't, my mother won't survive. Freya is stunned, but after a moment, she smiles. You're a brave girl, Marina. I'm with you. The next day, they hit the beach and retrieve the latest target. This time, Freya joins her. They pull up to the location, and Marina tells her, keep the engine running. She knocks on the door, and a woman answers. The woman, thinking Marina is her daughter's friend, talks to her with warmth. Marina pulls her gun, but the woman moves, and the shot misses. Marina bolts, but the woman's son, Kyle, is hot on her heels. He chases her down and finally catches her. You're just a girl, who sent you? He demands. Marina doesn't break. I don't know who you're talking about. I've never met you. Seeing how rattled she is, Kyle warns her, get out of here. If I see you again, I'm calling the police. Marina flees. Meanwhile, Pa, the man who has been delivering the messages, reports the failed hit to his boss. That wasn't Thomas, the boss snaps. Thomas never misses. Go find out who's doing his work. Pa heads back to the beach, hides in the grass, and waits. Soon, he sees Marina arrive to collect the message and the cash. The secret is out. Pa now knows exactly who has been playing the assassin. Marina decodes the next location and heads to a parking lot. She's ready, but as she moves to take the shot, Pa lunges out and catches her. Freya rushes in to save her, but Pa fires, hitting Freya in the hand. Marina manages to get Freya to the hospital, where she survives, but the danger has followed them home. Pa arrives at the house with a squad of men, ready to finish the job. He still doesn't realize who Marina really is. As bullets tear through the air, Marina doesn't flinch. She has her father's blood in her veins and weeks of training behind her. She moves with lethal grace, picking off the henchmen one by one. Desperate, Pa grabs Ruth and screams at Marina to drop the gun. Marina looks him in the eye. I am Thomas's daughter. She fires, and Pa drops. Ruth is horrified, but the truth is clear. By morning, Marina is back in the woods, digging. She spends the night burying the bodies of the men who tried to kill her. Ruth finally accepts the reality of her daughter's life. She realizes Thomas is gone and that Marina has inherited his mantle, and for the first time, she feels a strange sense of pride. Marina's final mission takes her straight to Poe's boss. She finds him and shoots him in the legs, leaving him crawling. Don't ever come after me again, she warns. My father is dead because of you. Now, I'm following in his footsteps. She turns and walks away, the new professional in town. Marina didn't just inherit her father's weapons, she inherited his cold, calculated resolve. The hitman is gone, but the craft lives on, and the cartel just learned that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you're ready for more high-stakes thrillers, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching Cinemaned, and I'll see you in the next one.